Hello, y'all, man. My name is Jarnell Porter, and this is Yeah Man. I have two very special co-hosts today. I have Ben Newsom and I have Jeanette,
Hi.
and we're here to talk about a post I seen on Facebook. It goes something like this: When a man earns money, he dreams of giving his wife the best. But it said when a woman earns money, she feels she does not need a man.
Why you gotta look at me when you say that?
Because you're a woman.
Just saying, you
I know
know,
they're not looking
man
at
here
you
right now, so.
When a man earns woman. It's like,
Yeah, so who would like to start off first?
I'll start off.
Alright, cool.
Cause I was married for 2 years. Shout out to my ex-wife. You know, if you see this, I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. But anyways,
He kind of spicy, man.
when I was married, I'm not spiteful about it or nothing, but you know, it felt kind of like I'm doing all the work. She was an at-home mom, by the way, and it felt like it wasn't a partnership. But when she had a little money, and what I've noticed is that some men don't know that their wives have that secret stash. Well, she had that little secret stash, about $1,000. Said, man, where'd that come from? So all of a sudden, she come into a little bit of money, and she's like, oh, you know, have me spend all my money and this and that. I'm like, wait a minute. So you had to send to the side. So my question is like, why didn't I know about this in the first place? Like, where'd the partnership come from? That's what this post kind of reminded me of. It's like, where's the partnership at here? Like, it's just me doing all the work and then I bring home the money. I was like, this is not old school 1950s. Bring home the money, give it to your wife. She spend it on whatever, and then you had the rest.
Cool.
There's a partnership somewhere in there, but the partnership wasn't there. It's just you do all the work, and I will just do whatever I got to do, and I have money. So it's not our money. It's my money, and then you have the money for the house.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, then, and then we'll get to Jeanette. Do you feel like, and you can chime in on this too, do you feel like a couple should have just one account together, like a joint account? Do you feel like you should have a joint account and then separate accounts, or you feel like it should all be a joint account?
I feel like if you have your own little account, okay, cool, whatever. But there should be some sort of joint account so you know you can kind of account for where the money's going.
Right.
Now, you know, you want to have your little, like, hey, I got my, I don't know, I like to lift weights. So
Okay.
let's say I have an account because I just like to lift weights. So I put $20 over there or something like that. It's not a whole bunch.
Like weights or something.
Weights or something like
Right.
that or whatever. Like, I'm fine with that. If I know about it, cool. But that's your little fun money.
Right.
But all in all, you should have at least one account together. Hey, I'm about to go buy this pistol, but it shouldn't be a problem because we're paying the bills. It shouldn't be an issue about money. Shouldn't be an issue. It should be more of a communication should be there.
Okay, so let's say like you try, let's say like, okay, let me ask you this. So let's say, what do you feel about the whole account issue?
I agree with Ben. It should be a partnership.
Yeah.
I think that if you're in a relationship and there's one person that's like the provider, if the other person does come into some money for whatever reason, I mean, it shouldn't just be like, oh, this is my money. Because the way it sounded like was the money that you were making was y'all's money together. Whereas when she had her own money, when she got some money from whatever, she considered that her money, which
Exactly.
that's not fair.
So basically,
I don't think it's fair.
So
I think that it should be a partnership. I think that, if you get into the relationship where, it should be a joint effort to pay bills, it should be a joint effort to, contribute, joint effort to have your spending money, because when you go out, you spend money together.
Right.
Now, your situation's probably a little different because she was a stay-at-home mom, so it was understood that you were going to be the provider.
By
But if
choice.
she had, by choice. But if she came into some money, it should have been like, hey, I have this money. What do you think we should do with it?
did you feel like your money was her money, and like all the money was basically her money, and then she
Was
had
yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. Is the way I felt like she was
Right.
doing it.
Okay.
So
It was
I'm
all about
going
her.
over here working too, and I don't want to make this all about me. It's
Right,
just in
right.
general. It's just in general thing, guys. You know, but the thing about it is kind of like I see this a lot. It's kind of like the husband works, he busts his ass, he's working 12 hours a day. He's up in the hospital with me, and he's going off to another job, and wife's at home doing her nails or whatever she does, or she's taking care of the kids or whatever. And then he comes back mad as hell. It's like, what you mad about? Like, man, she done spent money on all this crap we don't need, and we can't even get the house no paid.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. But it's just like one of those things, like you can't build a dynasty unless you have a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a partnership to build that foundation, it's not gonna be. You can't do it by yourself. I can be bad on my damn self.
Right.
It's gonna crumble.
It crumbled.
So how do you feel about, you know, the Facebook post that, you know, in general?
I don't agree with it, but the thing is like I wouldn't say that I'm like your average woman where I, you know, need somebody to be with me to help take care of me.
Right.
I'm pretty self-sufficient that way. Like if it comes to like finances, I'm gonna be okay whether I'm single or if I'm not. And you know, granted, most of my past relationships, you know, I've always made more money. And I've always, you know, I don't have like a joint account. Like I didn't have a joint account with anybody where, you know, they could just freely take whatever they wanted because I haven't been in a relationship where I trusted somebody enough to have access to my funds like that. As the way I saw it was, as long as our bills were getting paid, and if I was with somebody, you know, it was like a joint effort. But I've always been one that I worked, you know, I make my money, you know, I don't have kids, so it's a little different because I never had, you know, a situation where I had to stay home to take care of my kids and be dependent on somebody to pay bills.
Right.
Whereas, you know, I know a lot of women out there, they didn't have that same situation as me. So with me, it's like, I think that if I come into some money and I'm with somebody, that's our money. Like if we're gonna use it for fun money, we're gonna use it for fun money together.
But see, what I kind of think, when I see the post, the first question that comes in my head is how long they've been together.
Okay.
You know, so,
Fair.
you know, because that's what I was thinking when you was talking. Then I kind of feel like, is that a mentality you need to be like when you first get started? Because I think sometimes like you'll have a relationship and the man is taking out to eat, the man is kind of paying to go out all the time, and then it starts that way, so then it finishes that way. You know what I mean? So like, I'm kind of thinking like if you meet somebody, okay, let's say you meet a woman at a strip joint, and you
Okay.
were her client.
Okay.
Then she used to you paying for everything. So then how can she see you not paying for everything? Is that how you
That's
know?
how it started.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can't start a bad habit and then expect
Right.
it to just change. That's what
Right.
you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty much.
Well, the thing about it is when I meet somebody or talk to somebody or who I'm with now, we do have a joint account together,
Okay.
and I rarely touch it at all. You know, if it's she's like, well, you can go. She'll tell me you can go into the account and get this. Well, that's she's got kids. You know, I have a child. She has kids up, so it's a little bit different. And then, well, granted, I pay child support, but that's a whole other story. I guess it's kind of it's not necessarily a pride thing, but it's more like I don't want to take from you, and then, you know, you have to like ask me for it back or whatever. And then there's been times when she's asked me, can you give me money for this or that, or like just go into I would transfer it over, and I said, don't worry about it because you've helped me before.
Right.
It's so real that when I lost my job back in October, I was fired. St. Thomas Behavior, shout out. Y'all fired me, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to sue me, because if you try to sue me last time I put a flag out there. But anyways, they let me go or whatever, and we're not gonna get into all that why. It was some bullshit, but they let me go, and I was out of a job for a whole month.
Okay.
She not only did she go to her 401k and pull out over $800, she pulled it out and had it sitting to the side because she said, "I thought about you," and she said, "I knew you were gonna need help in the long run," and I did. I needed help in the long run. I finally found a job, ended up working at a call center. Now I went back to mental health at Southwest, and I'm fine now. But at that time, I could have lost my apartment. I could have lost my, everything. And she went and pulled that money out and put it aside and paid my rent for me.
That's
So
awesome.
that I'll be forever grateful. So that's why I say a partnership is kind of. We weren't even together a whole year yet. Not even a whole year, and she just thought that much of me to actually do. So when she says, "Can I have money for this and that?" I don't trip. I'm like, "Here, take it."
Okay, now,
It's not like you owe me. It's just I don't mind. I'll get it back.
But it's a little bit different with you and your girlfriend now because you don't live together.
Right.
So it's not you're not paying bills jointly.
Right.
I think that like when you're living together, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because when you're living together, it's rent for both of y'all. It's bills for both of y'all. The electricity bill is taking care of both of y'all's electricity.
Okay.
okay, when you get done, let me ask a question.
But like I guess like my situation now, my boyfriend and I, we live together. We've been living together for about a year and a half now. And so when and we pay our bills together, we don't have a joint account. He has his account, I have my account. He gives me money since, he moved into my place. He gives me money for rent. He transfers it to my account and so forth. We don't have a joint account to where, I can spend whatever money's in the account regardless of whether it's my money or his money. Because if you have a joint account, it's both y'all's money. Both of y'all are contributing to it, so it's both y'all's money. And I can understand that, having a joint account with somebody when you do live together, but it has to be an account that both people are contributing to, not just, not just, we have a joint account, your name is on my account, but, it's pretty much my money that's going in there.
So do y'all, what do y'all do, what do you think is the best way to approach that? Do you have okay, well, you pay the light bill, you pay the water bill, or do you say, okay, well, all the bills are $3,000, you give me $1,500, and I'll give you $1,500, and then, because another thing is, when I was doing business with my mom before she passed away, I was kind of like more of the person that would pay the bills, so it was just like I would. This is a business situation, but it could also be in a relationship. But it was more because I had this thing, I have to pay bills. You know what I mean? And once I pay bills, you okay, let's say you got, $2,000 in that account, and your bills is $1,800.
Okay.
Then once you spend that $1,800, I don't think people are mad that $200 is gone because you got all your bills paid. I think people is mad when you spend $500 and you're supposed to pay $1,800 worth of bills, but you only got $1,300 now. I think people get mad at that. What do y'all think about that? I guess my point is, are you mad that the account is empty and all your bills are paid? Are you mad because all the bills ain't paid, or do you feel like there's a system where you pay this bill and I pay this bill, or is a system where, okay, the bill's are $2,800, you give me 14, you give me 14, and do both y'all pay the bill, or is it one person that's more responsible with that pay the bill?
Well, since I moved out, and started living on my own, just in general, it was a process for me to remember to pay things in the first place.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay, well, you paid that. I thought I paid that. What it off? So I had to call, go through all that process of reconnection and blah blah blah. Here, where I live at currently, you get the internet. It's already in your rent. The water's already in your rent. Then they called me the other day talking about, oh, Mr. Newsom, we didn't put your we didn't put your electric in there. I was wondering why it's only 810. I'm like, I was like, oh hell yeah, okay, it's 810 right here. I'm cool. So then I get a call like, oh yeah, so we fucked up. We fucked up. Like, I walk up there and say, yo, man, what y'all want? Cause I call them, and when the office calls me, it's like he called the principal's office. It's like, like, you said Mr. Bailey to the office, like, man, what? So I walk in and I say, man, what y'all want? Like, I ain't say like that. What you want? He's like, oh well, we forgot to tell you, you got a little balance. A little balance. What's a little balance? They're like, oh well, it's $46 for what? And they said, oh well, we didn't put the water in there. I said, okay, well, I'll pay it. I completely forgot. So I get an email. Can you let me know when you're gonna do that so I can update your balance? I paid it yesterday, by the way. So please don't throw me out. But it's one of those things like I kind of forget to do things. So sometimes I let the other person take over. But then when you let them take over, you kind of want to know like, hey, did this get? As long as it got paid, I'm cool. But how much was it? So I kind of know what's in there. I'm not just blind to what's in the account.
Because see, with me, since we ran a business together. If I would, get married, and let's say like, the person I married is part of that business, or let's say like my girlfriend was part of that business. Like, I'm the one that I'm used to doing that. So basically what I would do is that, let's say like I got a person that pays me, and see with business, if you miss that bill, you might have it hurts you because like you don't know when somebody's plumbing gonna go out. Like you don't know when somebody's roof has a leak. And so it's your fundamental bills, your every month bill, you have to pay them out, like your mortgage. Like example with mortgage, let's say you pay me like, let me see, like $900 a month. Okay, my mortgage is $5. Okay, so let's say with that $900, I gotta pay that mortgage at $5. You know what I mean? Because you pay me that. So if I go 3 months without paying that, that's not your fault. It's my fault, but you can be kicked out on the street if my mortgage company say, hey, we're gonna take you to foreclosure. You get what I'm saying? So that's why it was with me. It was part of my business. So like from the first of the month to around the 15th, around the 10th is very like hectic for me because I have to make sure that the people who paid me.
You're paying out their stuff.
I'm paying out because see, it's my mortgage, it's my responsibility. But if I don't pay that, and somebody who did pay me is getting evicted.
They're gonna get screwed
I'm losing my house, but they gonna get evicted for paying their rent. And so I never thought that was cool, but it just and see a lot of times when you do your own business, it's like your person that you with, they gotta understand, yeah, we have $2,000 in a bank account somewhere, but
that money's going towards something.
You're going towards a business, you never know, because like if your AC go out, and then the next day somebody can say, hey, I don't know why there's all this water at the foundation, because the sewer line is leaking. So you have to always keep. You have, and then you have to pay for your property tax. So it always has to be.
Repairs.
Yeah, you always have to be prepared for that.
Yeah, you have to have that money set aside just in case of emergencies or.
Right. So with me, I have like when I go to Random, like I got like a whole bunch of different accounts, and I kind of tell them that I do that because I know where they're supposed to go. So to me, it would be hard. Like what I do on my phone, I got a calendar. So before I get a new phone, I say, do you have a calendar? Like calendar is important to me. You know what I mean? So,
what's when you come to put a calendar?
Yeah.
Google Calendar.
Yeah. So I always have a calendar on it when I'm supposed to pay stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then I knock it out and do like that. So that's what I do. But to me, it'd be hard for me to have a joint account with somebody because I feel like if they the type of person that say, oh, I see this amount in there.
But they don't know where to go.
They don't know where to go to, yeah. So,
right.
I see this much money, I'm gonna go get my nails done, I'm gonna go buy some clothes, I'm gonna go do this or whatever.
I'm gonna surprise you with something, and
Yeah,
then that surprise you bought you probably cost somebody their house.
Yeah.
or your house and,
Right.
and then get put on the street.
Right. And
That,
then,
in that aspect, to see what that.
and then the negative part of that is they can sue you because they did their responsibility.
Right.
I didn't do mine,
Exactly.
and so yeah.
I mean, and granted, I guess if you were to have a joint account with your girlfriend, it wouldn't be one of your business accounts. It would be actually a personal account.
Right.
In my situation, I'm the one that's responsible, that pays the rent, the bills, and so forth. It's all in my name because it's my house.
Right.
And he just kind of depends on me to make sure it's paid. You know, but I mean, if he had extra money, you know, I don't expect him to put it in an account for both of us. I don't expect him to give it to me, but I'm that type of person. I'm not like, oh, well, you have this extra money. We need to do, you know, we need to have it together. Like, it's our money, which I don't feel that way. I know some women probably do, and, you know, some women probably like, oh, well, we made, you know, we have this extra money. It's our money.
So what are some red flags, like, I guess men and women should look for? Like, what do y'all think about, like, the last part, like, when it says,
When a woman comes to the money, she
She
feels
don't
like she
need a
need a
man.
man.
She don't need a man. And the thing is like I said, I'm not your average female. I have my own money. I can take care of myself. I can take care of my bills. And still have money to do whatever I want.
but
I don't feel that means that I don't need a man.
it ain't women out there that can do the same things you can do. They're professional, they got college degree, they got a master's, you know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's a lot of women out there that, you know, they make good money on their own, but they still expect the man to do everything. They expect their man to provide everything, and they feel like their money is their money, but their man's money is the joint money,
Okay,
which
so
isn't
That's
right.
why I understand, because sometimes I feel like we had this kind of a Mr. Mom mentality going on now. Like it's flipped roles where the male is, not only is he going to work, he's coming home and cleaning the house and doing everything which I feel like it should be together. It shouldn't be just the wife, it shouldn't be just the man, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you are.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be just that person. I clean my own apartment because I live by myself. So if I come home and look at my apartment, it's like, this place is a freaking mess. It's my mess, so I have to clean it up. But I live with somebody else. I'm like, hey, look, Sunday, we're dropping everything we're doing and we're gonna clean the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why? Well, it's your house. Like, oh, so it's my house when it's dirty, but it's our house when it's clean and everything's all good. No, that's not how it
Right.
works. That's why people tend to irritate me because it's like it's all good when everything's good.
It should
You
all
wanna be- it's
it
wanna
should
be
all be
together.
a joint. It should all be a joint effort.
okay, let me ask you this. Okay, let's say like, okay, let me flip the script.
Okay.
Okay, let's say like, y'all talk.
Okay.
Say you know, y'all, let's say y'all met, give me a time period. Let's say y'all been together
Year,
a little bit shorter than that. Let's say,
6 months.
okay, cool. And say y'all been together for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say Jeanette, you work 12 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're trying to get ahead, and you feel like you work 12 hours 6 days a week. Okay. And you do that because you feel like you gotta get ahead. Now Sunday she gone, right? Okay. And you work like a regular 9 to 5. Right? Do they even make them?
I work 12.
Right? Do they even make them 9? Yeah. But that just go ahead. You
Right,
know,
right,
9
right.
to 5. There is people that just work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
And that's it.
And anyway, I'm
How the hell you do that?
how you do that, right? But it's people like that, like they leprechauns and they got a yeah, but no.
Pot of gold.
Pot of
killing.
gold, yeah. They got a rainbow on it. No,
Oh,
but
I got
see,
inheritance. Like,
Well, some people
Nah,
they
some people
got
do,
like some people got jobs where they got steady schedules.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, your schedule's a little different because you're in real estate, so
Right.
you're like on call 24/7. you're in the medical field, so
Yeah,
you're pretty much on
hours.
call too. I am one of those people that are lucky that I have a set schedule. I work Monday through Thursday. I'm off Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I love my days off.
Bro,
But-
You just made the point. You just made the point for us. Like,
But I work 10-hour days and I still put in my 40 hours a week.
Right.
And granted, my boyfriend may work more than I do, but I don't think that, his overtime or his extra commission or his extra pay that he makes because he's working more than I do, I don't feel that's ours.
Okay, then that's
You
that's reflip the
okay,
script.
so
Not that reflip the script. That's
Okay.
reflip the script because she kind of flipped the script. Okay, so
Sorry.
let's say it's all good. It's all good. Let's say like you work hard. You work 40 hours. Let's say your boyfriend, he works like, how many hours do you think he works?
He works probably 40, 45 maybe.
Okay. Let's say he
I
works.
work 48 on a regular, but that's
Okay, let's say he worked 71 week. Okay. And he works 71 week and he comes in and you can see where he just dead tired.
Mhm.
He basically, he comes in, trying to watch Last Chance U. That's coming, y'all, that's coming. But let's say he watch Last Chance U, right?
Uh-huh.
Season
Last
5,
Chance
that's
U.
like, yeah.
Last Chance U,
So
that's some of the different
that's
things.
coming, right? So let's say he does that and he just falls asleep on it. But he falls asleep on the Oakland one though, because the Oakland one ain't the best one. But anyway, so he falls asleep on it. And he falls asleep on it and you
Would
can
I
see where he's
expect
generally
him?
tired.
Would I expect him to help clean up if he's
Yeah,
like?
yeah. But he just dead tired. Like you can
No.
generally see that.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to, if he's working a lot more hours than I am and he is still contributing to our household bills and stuff like that. If I have more time on my hand, then I would be the one that would be cleaning up.
Okay.
And it's the same as if I work more and he wasn't working, because during the whole COVID thing, he didn't work for a few months.
Okay.
what does he
He's in sales.
do? Okay.
He's in retail. He would be the one that would sweep up, he would be the one that would clean up, and he'd make sure the dogs and cats and everybody were fed and stuff like that. Just trying to make it easier for me throughout the day, so when I get off work after working 10 hours, I'm not the one that's like over here trying to clean up and cook and make sure everything is taken care of for the house. If he's at home all day, too, he can help clean up. There's some people that when they're in relationships, they do get in that habit to where, okay, the girl, the female's gonna do the laundry, she's gonna wash the clothes, and she's gonna cook, and she's gonna clean, because I'm one of those people that I am very picky about how my dishes are washed. So I told my boyfriend, I don't want you washing the dishes.
Ain't that perfect?
I don't want you washing the dishes. I
We
don't
fighting
like the
a
way
fight,
you wash
man.
dishes. I'll be like, I don't like the way you wash dishes, so I don't want you washing the dishes.
See, I would clean-
We had the box.
I would clean the
But
toilet
see,
every
you
day.
actually,
I
but you're
hate
one of
washing
those
dishes.
few men that you will wash your dishes. I mean, I
Right.
watched you wash all your dishes right after we ate.
Yeah,
Which
because
is awesome.
But look, let me tell you something, man. I hate doing the kitchen, but I would clean a bathroom all day, every day. I don't understand why.
And you say you hate the bathroom, right?
I'm not a big fan of the bathroom. I will clean it though, because if it looks gross, I'm like, I can't deal with that.
To me, the bathroom is a place where you clean yourself up. Ladies, pay attention to this when I say this too. If you have a dirty bathroom, I'm gonna think you dirty. It don't matter if you clean or not. Because
You're right.
if your
It's-
bathroom, you got
If you go to
you
somebody's
got
house
soaps
and they
come
got
over
a
here,
dirty,
you got soaps come over here, you got mold in the toilet, and all, but you clean looking nice, like.
how clean are you underneath?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't trying to go all there, but I'm just saying,
But
just
it's
like,
true. I
my
mean,
boy-
if you go to somebody's house and their house is filthy, you're like,
alright, how clean are you?
Exactly. It's like if you go to somebody's house and they got a dirty house, are you really gonna want to eat their food? You go to somebody's house and their kitchen is filthy, and they make you food, are you really gonna want to eat it if their kitchen is gross?
Now I'm not gonna mention any names because she's a good friend of mine, but it was kind of a
Blast.com.
this probably we gonna call it blast time.
Hey, somebody put some music to it. Let me put
Blast time. Okay, so I was helping somebody move, and it was, you know, I was all right, you know, this person helped me move too. Hopefully she don't see this shit, but she don't even mad.
She probably will.
But I walked in, and they're relatively, she's relatively attractive, you know, and she dresses pretty nice and everything. I walk in the house, I was like, what the fuck did I just walk into? I walk in the kitchen, it's crickets all up in like a cup of grease. There's crickets in there, and then there was dishes all over the place. How y'all moving? And you still got dishes up in the sink. They should be packed up.
Right?
Ready
It
to
should
go.
be washed and packed
And
up
then-
and.
And then the thing that really killed me, y'all ever had a table? Your mom, you're old school, right? I mean, not trying to call you old. I'm the youngest here, by the way, y'all. 33.
He's the youngest.
So, but
Don't
We
worry
don't need
about
to
it.
tell people how
Don't
old you
worry
are.
about it.
We don't need to go there.
I'm just saying.
Don't worry about
I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying.
Don't worry
I'm
about
the
it.
oldest.
I'm the
I
young,
will put that out there. I am the oldest.
I'm the youngster here, but I'm still old school though. So we're still in that frame of old schoolness, okay? So for all you folks that had old school parents, you had a table that had a lease in it, right? You put that table, it extends the table, right? Well, she had a table like that. It's $1,000. Tell me why I open that motherfucker. It was roasted everywhere. Motherfuckers they scattered everywhere. Roasted all up. And I said, bro. I called my boy. I ain't gonna mention him either, cause again, I called my boy. I said, bro. The table had a bunch of roaches in the table. I said, I think we're going to bomb the house. He says, what? Roaches in the table? Oh, all right. You know, he never came back to El Room. He said, oh man, he's like, man, I couldn't deal with that, bro. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I was like, my thing was like, how are you so clean and so fine? I mean, she's fine, she's bad, but your table and everything else got roaches and shit.
That's why.
I can't do that. Like, I can't.
Hey, you know what? And that's why that trips me out because sometimes you see these girls on Facebook and they look great. They're all made up and beautiful, and they take a picture in their room or they take a picture in their bathroom, and their room is just straight up dirty, and you're like,
I got a question time after you get done.
but you know, it's like, you know, some people, you know, they'll, you know, for appearance wise, when they go out, you know, of course they're gonna look great. You know, they're not gonna look dirty like their house is. You know, I mean, they're not going to Walmart, they're going out to the club or something like that, and it's like they want to look nice, but, you know, you end up going to their house and you're like, eee, you know, and it's like,
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
exactly, because it's like, really, how clean are your clothes? You know, did you wash these clothes? Are these brand new clothes?
She might have just bought them that day.
Bought brand new clothes, probably took the tags off, probably didn't. But
I got the magical question, right?
Ask.
Alright. I'm gonna say this and then I'm going to the question. Like, I ain't the cleanest housekeeper, man. And I wanna be, but it's just like when I come home,
You're tired.
I'm real tired. And then like, since my mother passed away, I kind of feel like my house is just a place where I sleep. Do you feel like that happened to the girl that you was helping move? But that's not even a magical question. But come back to the magical question. Well, I'm gonna let y'all answer that first. But still, it's a magical question for y'all. Ding, ding, ding.
I want you to comment on this.
You gotta comment on
You gotta
this.
comment on this.
That's not the magical question though. The magical question is a ding, ding, ding. But cause see, I think sometimes life can beat people down.
Yeah, it does.
And when my mother died, it beat me down. And so, do you feel like that beat her down? And do you feel like you said, like when you said, was that her boyfriend?
No, the
It
dude
was
was her
just your
room.
homeboy.
The dude was her roommate.
Okay.
And so and
Man,
it's
why
still,
he didn't help out?
they're both, bro. I ain't gonna blast.com, y'all. Okay.
All right, hey, here you go. Here you go.
I ain't trying to blast nobody.
Brum.
I ain't trying to blast nobody.
Okay.
But you know, sometimes not everybody is as cleanly as you would think. Or I mean, I'm a clean person. I don't like letting people come to my place where things are all over the place, and not everybody's gonna be like me. So I can't judge. But there's always a but.
Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you're gonna
Yeah.
judge.
Yeah, judge. Yes, you're gonna.
But
Yeah,
see-
sometimes you're gonna judge. But it's like if you're gonna have somebody help you move, don't have a bunch of stuff hanging around. It's like I shouldn't be. I'm coming to help you move. I shouldn't be organizing the move.
Right? You're like, I didn't come to help you pack. I came to help you move your stuff.
Yeah, and it's just.
And they should have been, in my opinion, they should have been prepared to have everything boxed up to where you just pick up your boxes, put them in the car, help them move.
But
Move
that's
it to the new place.
But that's really another show to itself. Because I knew somebody, and I helped them move a couple times, and they was just organized. They was a machine, but they knew that they moved a lot, so they knew the process. They had like U-Haul boxes,
Yeah.
and I mean like they would get off of work.
And
Yeah, it was like a machine, man. Like
And
it was
everything
like they would work like a 9 to 5. Get off, pack, go back to work. It was a machine. And then, they get off a couple days, move in. You go there the next week or the week, and like on Friday they move out, move in their new place on Thursday. On Friday it's just house.
Everything all organized.
Yeah. But
everything
see,
up
I
to
think
date.
people need to be
I
taught
was
that.
about to say, I still
That's
have
kinda like-
boxes.
that's
I
kinda
moved into my
military
house
folks.
12 years ago, and I still have boxes somewhere. And I was
But-
like,
That's
Well,
kind of
man.
military folks that when they move, they know the process. They
they know.
They know
you
what they gotta
move.
pack. So because it's not gonna be perfect the first time. It's like this show isn't gonna be perfect the first time.
Right.
Mhm.
We're gonna have a process, but yeah.
Okay, so this is my magical question. I gotta give me some music for this. Alright. Would you rather, okay, so this happens. Would you rather have a girl that's bad, I mean like bad, house clean, got a shitty attitude,
Ooh.
or will you have a girl that's, she's not as clean,
Wow.
she ain't bad, but she might be like, alright, but she kind of dirty though. Which one would you rather have, and why?
But
And
she has a
Can she
great
hold it
attitude.
down though?
She got, and you can talk about dudes instead of women. Yeah, so.
Ooh.
See, what do you think?
I'd rather have the she alright, cause she alright can be, she alright could be bad to me. It could be but she alright. Yeah, sometimes I don't like to. I put it like this.
I mean, like
don't
she
like to-
alright, like she can't, like she ain't gonna be able to get no better, bro.
That's okay though.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Looks fade.
True.
Your personality does not.
And that's why JP
If
is
you
a
start
cool
off with a
friend.
crappy attitude, you're gonna have a crappy attitude when you get older too. So
So,
it's not like
When you're old and
all of a
saggy,
sudden,
yeah. So when you're sitting there old and saggy, you gotta sag
know.
down to your knees, butt hanging off, and it's like, but she
you
don't
still
know
got
how
a
to hold
crappy
it.
attitude.
Yeah, it's like so. But if she alright, she don't mind helping clean up. She don't mind helping clean up. I can watch football. I can watch the football game where she shut the f up about when I'm watching the game. Thank you. I mean, I don't know if you found it, but she'll be quiet when watching the game. She asks a question. Give me a pound. Stop playing. Don't be paying. Thank you.
No,
All right?
I understand.
Okay.
You know, watch
You know,
it.
I mean,
I'll put it this way. I don't mind watching them little girly shows like what's that one? Housewives. I watched it for a little bit. And I actually got into it. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm about to what?
Shit, I watched the Atlanta one. I watched the.
I can't watch
I've
that.
never seen any of those.
I mean, I watched those shows.
I just
those-
recently got
but-
cable though. So.
But I like.
I can't watch that for another reason, bro.
I like horror. I like to watch like A&E Hoarders. I like to watch History
No,
Channel.
man.
No,
I
but
hate
you when you
horror.
watch shows like Hoarders, then you realize that there are people out there that are really, really filthy.
Really?
You know?
It's like
ain't
so.
nothing like watching Hoarders to
I
make me
ain't-
feel like, oh, my house is not so bad. And I'm not gonna lie, my house is not as clean as Ben's. Ben's house is immaculate, but
Thank you.
but I, I admit I'm not dirty.
Right.
I mean, you're not gonna come and find roaches in my house. Trust me, you will not find roaches in my house.
Now, that's a whole nother story. I got
I-
motherfuckers next to me and
Yeah,
them shit,
that's
you
so-
just try like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, really? I don't want you in my house.
Right? You're not
like,
invited.
nigga, we ain't cool.
But,
like, this is not a party here. Like, I want
Yeah.
you out my crib. Like, so you tell your neighbors over there, you stay over there.
Right? You stay over there with the dirty people, but
Yeah.
no, but I mean, like sometimes, unfortunately, when you live in apartments, you're gonna have to deal with stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's just that's part of the
I'm
game.
fortunate enough. I live in a house. If I think that there's any type of problem, trust there's gonna be exterminators come out because I hate bugs. Like
So I guess you'll never go camping.
No, I am not a camping person. I don't like bugs.
You're probably one of those glampers.
If
Huh? Like,
I
you want to
see-
stay in the cabin?
Yeah, I want to stay in a cabin, a
Or
hotel
Wi-Fi.
room,
Or
or
Wi-Fi day.
something. I am not gonna lay on the ground. I'm not gonna be out. I don't like to be
Be one
outside.
with nature.
Nope. Don't want to
Hey,
be
bro.
one with nature.
Say, bro.
Don't want to be one with nature.
I got an
Say,
Eagle
bro.
Scout. I got an Eagle Scout, so I had to go camping.
You're gonna be one with nation until you gotta take that dump.
Yeah.
And he gonna be like,
This guy, y'all gotta go to the dump. Pre-game dump, we talking about before we started the show.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody, don't worry about it.
When
though.
you gotta go boo boo,
Don't-
you wanna go boo boo in a toilet with some toilet paper,
Hey.
maybe some baby wipes.
Speaking of that,
I am the king of semi-pro football taking this shit before the game because everybody knew that was me. I ain't ashamed of it. I ain't ashamed of it.
Hey.
okay, I'm gonna get off topic because we're still, women, like women feel like they need a man. But this whole COVID thing, right? Everybody went and bought all the toilet paper, right? And then yesterday, I caught myself going to the shooting range, and I have a little, I have a limited amount of ammo, but I'm thinking, okay, I'll go to Academy, buy a box real quick, and I'll just, I'll pop those off, and I'll go
Sold
buy.
out. Sold out.
Gone. No handgun ammo whatsoever. So I'm talking to my homegirl. I said, what in the hell is toilet paper and ammo got to do with a virus that you cannot shoot or wipe away?
Dang.
You can't shoot the coronavirus. You can't wipe it away because you're wiping your ass too much because you're shitting all the time.
Right? But the thing is like with this COVID thing, people bought all the they bought all the antibacterial sprays, they bought all the antibacterial wipes. I've been going to Sam's. I go to Sam's every weekend. And
You still can't
every
find it.
weekend they do not have any of those antibacterial wipes.
Hey,
All of a sudden now because
Now,
everybody's so scared.
Everybody's been wiping everything down, which is good. They need to wipe everything down because, that virus sticks on your surface and stuff like that. It's good to have the Lysol sprays and Lysol wipes and stuff like that. But, I mean, you still can't find them anywhere. And when the riots popped off is when all the ammo went. It has nothing to do with the COVID thing. It was the riots
No,
that
well,
everybody
the
was like freaking out.
The
And they were
riots
like,
before the riots popped off, all the ammunition was gone because I work in Southwest, and one of the guys there said, "Yeah, man, I bought a bunch of ounces." I'm thinking like, why? What is it? I mean, the riots. This is way
I think
before the
it's
riots popped
because
off.
people thinking that,
Oh, they're
people
gonna break
are,
in my crib.
yeah, they're
Who
gonna break
else
into
is
my
that?
house and steal all my toilet paper. I gotta protect
No,
it.
it's still on toilet paper. Like, man, if I'm away from my
They gotta protect their toilet paper.
What up, Bobby?
Hey, man.
Hey, man, give me toilet paper.
Everybody
We're
miss
totally
trees
not.
for toilet paper until you ain't got none.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't miss your toilet paper
So,
until you
ladies,
don't have
do
it.
you feel like you need a man if he's got toilet paper? Since we need to get back on the topic, if the toilet paper, if money were toilet paper, and the man comes into it, he wants to share with his wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, babe, I got 2 rolls of toilet paper. Oh shit! She gets toilet paper. She said, Hey, fuck you, I ain't sharing this shit.
This is my
Alright.
toilet.
But say,
It's my toilet
if
paper.
you're a real man, you gotta buy that economy size toilet paper. They got like 20 packs in there. I did
What do you
that.
think
You
I
talking
buy
business,
ourselves?
Hey
It's
man,
like,
I
buy
did
toilet
that. I
paper
did that
ourselves.
when the coronavirus started, and I still got toilet paper.
Exactly.
But don't come to my house and steal my toilet paper.
He's like, don't go to his
I'm
house.
just saying, I got limited ammo, so I.
Jarnell uses the bathroom. He needs his
I'm like,
toilet
look, bro,
paper.
look, bro, I can only use 2 bullets on you because I gotta use the rest, you know. So don't make me do this. Just give me the toilet paper.
All right. So, what do you think about the situation?
About
Okay, would you rather have somebody who, like a man that's really handsome?
and dirty?
No.
Oh.
You got a man that's really handsome. He got a clean house but shit attitude.
No.
But does he have? Okay, so but let's link it to this. Let's link it to
And he
this.
makes pretty good
Let's
money.
link it to this.
Let's link it to
Okay.
this. So if he
Need a
has,
man that's got money. He's amazing looking. He's hot and he's got money. He's fairly clean and has a crappy attitude. No, I can't be with somebody that has a crappy attitude. I'm too blunt of a person to deal with somebody like that.
so in this aspect, you'd be the man with the. You're talking about the man having the money. You'd be the woman that I don't need a man like that.
I don't need a man like that.
Right.
Exactly.
You
I don't need a
want,
man.
You don't want a
to-
man like that, and you don't need
Exactly.
a man.
I don't want a man like that. I don't need a man for financial purposes.
You know what I think wrong with society as a whole is that you got people who try, and then you got people that don't give a damn. And I
That's
feel
like
like
you
if
that don't
you,
not give 2 fucks.
but if you got to do, okay, let's say for example, we talking about COVID. Some of y'all ain't scared of that COVID shit. Y'all out there not working because y'all ain't really want to work. But anyway, I shouldn't have said that, but I said it.
No, it's true.
It's like pop bomb. But you know, but I think it's very few people like that. But I just want to start some controversy. But no, but I think
I will try. I ain't watch that show no more. Fuck them.
Hey, they gonna watch the show, man.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna get paid off of this one day.
One day.
So one day.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's on our vision board.
Last chance you conversation gonna blow it up, bro. So anyway,
Last chance. Y'all need to watch this shit. Son.
why you ain't watch it?
I don't even know where to watch that.
Netflix.
I don't have Netflix.
Just get somebody's account number.
Why you looking at me like that?
Why
I
you
was
ain't
like, how
watching
do you
that
not
shit?
have Netflix?
Cause I got a DVD player.
You just find a homeboy that got it and just use it, man. I ain't never gonna play with that shit. Anyway, so
I have all them. I have Netflix. I have Hulu. I have Prime Video. I have
Let's go to
Disney
your-
Plus.
I'm just going to your crib.
I
Take
get a
a boy
Fire
from be
Stick.
there and what? Fuck Fire Stick, man. That's all that. Because all that damn technology, I gotta sit there and put it in the damn TV.
why y'all got fuck Fire
Do you have AT&T TV? Like, do you have the
Yeah,
the
that's
stream?
the streaming system.
Alright, well, we're
Do you
gonna
have a
get.
smart TV?
Yeah, it's a smart TV right there.
Alright,
Can
well,
you get Netflix on your smart TV?
I can get smart TV on it. I can get. We'll talk about it in a minute.
we're gonna talk about it in a minute because we're gonna. You know,
Alright, that has nothing to do with this
I'm
show.
trying to help with the next show, you know, and that's supposed to be the first show. But anyway, basically, what the hell we talking? You know, football.
If he has a shitty attitude.
Okay, let's say he has. Okay, but I said this. Okay, Fred. What I think is wrong with society though is that if somebody is really trying to do for themselves, I don't think we help that person that's really trying. And I think that we either want the finished product or we want somebody that we can change, but we don't want nobody that we can help. And I think that's the sad part. 'Cause I
No,
think,
you're right. There's a lot of women out there, they'll be with a guy because he has his shit together. He has his own car, he has his own place, he's got a job, and these women are like, oh, you know, he's doing well. You know? But there's a lot of women out there that they don't want to be with a guy that is struggling. They don't want to be with a guy that, probably has to pay child support for like 2 or 3 kids, and they're not able to spend the type of money that this female wants them to. Whereas, then you got women like me that's like, most of the guys that I've dated in the past, I've always been extremely supportive, and I've been, you know, supportive, and I try my best to help them be better.
Okay, that's
Well,
right.
and it-
Okay,
But not every woman does
let me
that.
ask you this, Ben. Let me
Okay.
ask you this. You got something you want to say?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I say that, man.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Ben. Let's say you wasn't with nobody,
Right.
and you said, "Oh, girl, you helped move was cool."
Okay.
Okay, now, let's say she's working a lot of hours, going through something personally, whatever, and you seen she needed help cleaning.
Mhm.
Would you be like, say,
Oh, come by.
like
help
pull
you
it,
clean
like
your
pull
house?
it, like pull it aside, be like, hey, 'cause that's embarrassing. And then you pull it to the side, be like, sweetheart, how about every once in a while, come help me clean up, 'cause
Well,
'cause they know that,
I'm-
they
I'm-
know that.
I'm the type of person that, and I just do this naturally. Because
Right,
that's
right.
just how I am.
Right.
If I came to your house or your house,
Okay.
and y'all see I was washing dishes at my house, if I'm eating at your house, I feel it's my responsibility to help you clean up. I help eat, I can help clean up. Now, of course, y'all ask me, hey, you want me to help? No, I'm cool, I'm good, I got it. But when I'm at somebody's house and dishes kind of sitting there, it's like I'm sitting there looking at them like, and I ask them, like, hey, you got any bleach? They're like, yeah. I'm like, where's it at? And like, oh, it's over here. So I'll just kind of subtly go over there and get the bleach.
And
then
just
I'll
start cleaning
kinda-
on
and
your
then
own.
they're like, what you doing? I said, oh, nothing. And they're like, are you washing my dishes? No. Like, then you get your ass over. Like, some hate that shit. Like, some hate it. And some are like, damn, like, they get embarrassed when I was like, I said, look, that's just how I am.
But
That's just me.
I think life is extreme though, and I think back in the day, I think like everybody wanted to be more in the middle. But I think now life is extremes. So I just think like you're on the extreme. You know what I mean? Like you real clean.
Right.
Like I thought that like it was like a woman was here, like he was married or something. You know what I mean? Because most dudes don't. Most dudes yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Since I was 5, I used to get a lot of whoopings when I was a kid.
But that's extreme though, right?
But
That you on the.
But
You get what I'm saying?
I don't feel like it's an extreme. I feel like this is
Okay.
But that's you.
Yeah.
You know, I understand what JP's talking about because, usually you go to somebody's house, y'all eat dinner and stuff like that. And granted, I'm the same way. If I go to somebody's house and I eat dinner at their house, I'll be like, oh, let me help you clean up in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they cooked,
Right.
And so I don't have an issue with that.
Right.
And like if I have people over, I'm gonna do my best to clean as much as I can because I don't want people coming to my house and thinking, oh, she's dirty, because I'm not dirty,
Right.
but I'm just, but I'm not exactly as efficient as you. Like I admit I don't wash dishes every night after we eat dinner and stuff like that. And there's times when I don't even cook dinner because of the fact that I don't want to wash the dishes.
I mean, I got it.
So,
Don't get twisted up. I got a dishwasher, and I'll start that joke in a minute.
I don't use dishwasher. I have one. I have a brand new dishwasher. Don't ever use it.
I use
My
it.
dishwasher holds my Tupperware.
The only reason I use it is because the only reason I'm not using it right now is because of this. I
Yeah,
don't want
and
it
plus
to be
it's
in
gonna
the
be
background.
loud
It's loud. But sometimes I just don't feel like cleaning dishes, standing there like,
But at least you do it.
Right.
You still put it in there, you still do it, and you make sure that they're clean because you don't like to see dirty dishes in your sink.
It irks my last nerve.
Well, see, not everybody's like that. That's what JP
No,
means,
yeah.
is that you're more extreme than other people. Like,
Yeah, it's a little
I
extreme.
can,
I can
I
tolerate
don't
it.
have
I
an
mean,
issue with having dishes in my sink. Granted, after a while, I'm be like, okay, you know what? I have to wash these dishes. It's driving me crazy.
right.
But I think that, granted, there's some people, they'll just let that sit. They'll just let stuff sit there and sit there and sit there until it's just
I like me.
gross, and
Like
you have
me.
to throw those dishes away.
I don't like cleaning the kitchen, but I love laundry. I love doing laundry. I would-
laundry all the time.
I would do. I love laundry. I'm doing laundry. This shit. I like clean. I like cleaning bathrooms. And
You just need to meet a woman that likes to do the kitchen. and then y'all be
Yeah,
good.
you straight.
You got somebody that likes to do the kitchen, you'll do the bathrooms, maybe do the laundry together, because if you guys gotta go laundromat, you got somebody to talk to or whatever, find a laundromat
Nah,
that has a bar
see,
next door. That's what I used to do.
Nah, but see, like,
It's like-
I like the laundry, man, because like my mom, right? Like when we were playing some my road, right? Like my shit would be so clean, man, and my fat ass plate, right? So like I wasn't like what's the boy name? David Ellison. Anyway, so I gotta think about people if they talk shit. So anyway, so.
I was like, don't call people out, but they're
I call people out. I be clean.
I ain't said no names.
We playing with him, but his jersey over the But anyway, so he know we clown about that. But on a serious note, but seriously though, like I just feel like we all can do something to help one another out. So that's why I say that.
So to kind of wrap this up, because we got about 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
Timer finna go off in a little bit. I guess my final thoughts on it are just everything we've talked about in general. Just like I said, it's like a partnership, and
It
sometimes
should be a partnership.
and it's not necessarily just money. It's just kind of like meeting somebody that is willing to. Kind of like that ride or die, they ain't gotta die necessarily die for jumping from a bullet, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Robert, shoot me first, please. No, it's just one of those like, hey, I see you're struggling. Here's this, you don't owe me anything. Just pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
See, I used to say like, I think.
But to that person,
I would say before the podcast we had a conversation, but I kind of felt like. You kind of want somebody that's like your Bonnie or Clyde, and I know they got shot up, but anyway, but not in that aspect.
shot defund by the Texas Rangers in Louisiana. But anyways,
but I don't want you to die. But what I meant is, I get shot up. You know what I mean? I want you to. Okay, you gotta watch the next podcast now. But no, but seriously though, in the fact that they was down for one another.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see somebody down for one another, it don't matter if it's 50-50 sometimes. Because sometimes it's 60-40, sometimes it's 30-70. But you just got to make sure that you're on both sides of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the 80-20 rule. Like, see your 80, the 80 you have is going to be that person that 20% is missing somewhere, whether it's cleanliness, money, finances per se.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just like maybe it's an affection thing.
Looks.
Some looks are a big thing nowadays.
Yeah.
But like I said, looks fade. Not your personality.
Yeah, looks do fade.
Looks do fade. So it's
your
that,
heart will stay the same.
that 80-20. So like if Jeanette's my 80 and I see a 20 kind of walking around, it's like, maybe the grass green over there, but she's got the worst attitude ever. She one of them
Gold digger.
club boppers. Yeah, she just like I'm trying to go back to my age. She's like, fuck you, nigga. Like you should have stayed with me when you had a chance. So bye. She like bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes.
So
yeah, I had an experience like that. I dated somebody who apparently thought somebody was better
Mm-hmm.
and ruined a relationship to be with somebody else and so forth. And come to find out, she wasn't what he needed or what he wanted per se. He thought that's what he wanted, but it really wasn't.
Right.
That relationship didn't last long at all and ruined a good relationship that he had with somebody who was down for him, somebody that took care of him, that took care of, stuff and everything like that. Granted, I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. And I have my flaws.
But you still.
But I'm a good person, and when I'm with somebody, I support my man. I'm gonna be there for him with his dreams. I'm gonna try and do what I can to make his dreams a reality.
Right.
The same as I want to be with somebody that's gonna do the same for me.
Right.
Somebody that's gonna support me in my endeavors, like whatever I decide to do.
Right.
When I decided I wanted to quit smoking, my boyfriend, he told me, all right, I'm going to help you quit smoking. He never told me to quit smoking. when he met me, I smoked, and when I told him, oh, I'm gonna quit smoking, and he's like, all right, I'll help you. So now, if I even thought about having a cigarette, yeah, it wasn't gonna happen around him. He was
Same.
not gonna let it happen.
Same thing happened to my girlfriend. She
And
tell me she wanna do something, I help her.
yeah, and you know, if I get, you know, my triggers with smoking is like, if I get super upset or super mad about something, my first instinct is to go buy a pack of cigarettes and go smoke. You know, if he finds that pack of cigarettes, I will never see those cigarettes ever again. It's
So
like-
just to close.
but it's a partnership. It
Yeah.
should be a partnership. Unfortunately, there's a lot of women out there that don't feel that way. And there's a lot of guys out there that don't feel that way. But it should be.
But just to close, I'd like to thank you for joining the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And,
coming.
thank you for coming, and we'll inform you on the page and on Facebook what our next show will be about.
Last Chance You is coming up.
Hey,
Chance
come
You
up.
is coming up.
I'm gonna give Ben my Netflix password just
I
so
will.
he can watch
and we're
it.
talking about the one from Oakland, which is the worst one, in my opinion.
I will watch Last Chance You, y'all, so we can talk about
I'm
this.
gonna
'cause
rewatch it
apparently,
because I don't remember much.
I don't remember. I don't know nothing about this show, so it's brand new to me. But
Is it
again,
still on Netflix?
thank you for coming.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
Ben.
you, and come
This is-
and listen to us next time.
And thank you for joining us.
Oh, I'm Jeanette. I'm sorry again.
And this is JP Jarnell, aka JP, we signing out. Thank you for watching, yeah, man, and hope to see you again.
And it's done.